to Fulkewas class assembly. We're going to educate your own world of the ancient Greeks.
The ancient Greeks, their people lived about 3,500 years ago in southeastern Europe in the country called, you guessed it, Greece.
The ancient Greeks had a huge influence on the way we live our daily lives today and for people all around the world.
Some of the architecture we see around us came from the Greeks.
The way we use the theatre, Saturn rows, came from the Greeks.
There's also philosophy, the Olympic Games, lots of great books, literature, and paintings and sculptures too. Not only that, but lots of words we use in the English language today, such as hyperphobia, acrobat, and so much we came from, yet you guessed it, the ancient Greeks. Yet the ancient Greeks were definitely a really successful society. So let's take a closer look at how the ancient Greeks lived their lives. The ancient Greek civilization lay on the coast of the Mediterranean and Aegean seas. In class we used maps and atlases to locate where Greece is in our world and also where it lies within Europe. The Greeks often moved about by sailing around the Aegean Sea to the many islands and city-states that made up ancient Greece. City-states, what are they?
They are a little bit like our ancients. There was Delphi, Athens, Corinth, Olympia, Alexandria, Sparta. To name just a few, they'd often fight and be at war with each other.
Really?
Yeah, I wish I could travel back in time so that I could experience shows so much more.
I think I might have an idea. What on earth is this?
It's a time machine. We're going to use it to travel back in time, climb in. All we have to do is program the date in. Let's go back to 776 BC, the year of the first Olympic Games.
OMG, are we really witnessing the very first Olympic Games?
Yes, the Olympia. This is where the Olympic Games will take place. Every 4 years, the different city place will come together in one place. We're going to be fighting to compete in lots of different sports to honor and show respect to the King of the Gods.
The King of the Gods, how many gods were there?
Well, just like some religions, nowadays the Greeks believe there was more than one god, but we can come into that a bit later.
Oh, something's about to happen. Ah, yes, a boxing match is about to start, and I think these people are warming up. So who is competing? It's hard to tell. Two of the most well-known city-states were Athens and Sparta, and they were completely different from each other.
I am from Athens, the best city-state that there is. We love all things beautiful, beautiful people, beautiful buildings, beautiful minds.
Athenians are named and educations are gained. Our wonderful city-state is home to some of the cleverest thinkers of our time. Pythagoras is an amazing mathematician. Socrates is a big thinker and always asks his students to work hard in his lessons. Plato is an astronomer and studies the stars among other things. Yes, we are definitely head and shoulders above the rest when it comes to using our brains.
And what about our architecture? We've designed and built some of the most influential structures. Take for example the Parthenon, such a beautiful building built in honor of our goddess Athena. In fact, a huge statue of Athena was placed in so that she can look over us each day and protect us.
PSDR is these stones. We are the founders of democracy. It is thanks to us that people can have their say in decisions that are made. All people are involved and allowed to vote on certain things. And then whatever or whoever gets the majority of the votes wins. It is the fairest way to live. Obviously, when I say all people, I mean not slaves, or children, or women. Just the men are allowed to vote.
Oh, shut up! You Athenians do like to hear the sound of your own voices.
Yeah, we Spartans like to show what we can do. Rather than talk, we are rough, tough warriors, trained to fight from birth.
Yep, when a Spartan boy has his 7th birthday, he would be taken away from his home to start training. Girls in Sparta could also go to school, and although it was not as tough as it was for the boys, the girls were trained in athletics and exercise, not like you Athenians who just wanted your young girls to learn how to do housework.
We were given one outfit to wear and given hardly any food, so we had to steal. If we were caught, we would be punished, but if we weren't, we would be praised. Life is tough for young Spartans growing up, but it is worth it. We don't need to show off our buildings to make ourselves look good. We have simple lives with simple things and let our writing do the talking.
Right. I think it's time we left before things get more heated between these two city-states.
We learned about architecture and different columns
That the Athenians mentioned in class.
There were 3 different types, the Ionic, the Doric and the Corinthian. We even created some artwork.
We still see columns being used today in lots of buildings around the world. Not only do they look great, but they are strong. There's a Natural History Museum in London, and the White House where the American president lives, to name just a few.
It's not only the buildings and houses that they wanted to look nice, they also wanted the things that they used and had inside their homes to look good too. We can learn a lot about the ancient Greeks by looking at some of the beautifully decorated pottery discovered over time.
The ancient Greeks were often decorated pottery for myths and with pictures from myths and legends that they would tell each other or from real battles. Sometimes they might just use a simple design to show what the blades would be useful. They would also use repeated practice and geometric shapes to decorate their pottery. In class, we designed our own Greek pots and had a go at designing a tile, on which we then converted into a print. Here are some examples.
So what are these myths and legends you mentioned? Why do people decorate pottery with pictures from them?
The ancient Greeks loved to tell each other stories and learn this in your English lessons. Myths and legends are stories that weren't written down. They will be passed on as spoken stories, and this meant that the details could change over time. Just like in a game of Chinese whispers. Myth and legend always had a message or a moral to the story to try and make people think how they should live their life. They often had heroes or heroines, creatures or beasts, royalty, gods or goddesses, magic, and there was often a quest or a challenge that needed to be completed.
Some of the myths we looked at were Pandora's box, Jason and the Golden Fleece, Medusa, Icarus and Daedalus, the 7 ladies of Hercules, and the story of the Trojan Horse.
So What can you tell me about ancient Greece?
The ancient Greeks believed in many gods, and religion was very important to them. Even though each city-state was very different, they all believed in the same gods. They believed that the 12 most important gods lived together on Mount Olympus. Not all of the gods were considered nice. In fact, if we jump in a time machine, we could travel to see some now.
Wow, who's that? It looks there are some of them now.
I am Zeus, the king of the gods and ruler of the sky. I am the most powerful god. I control the weather with my thunderbolt. I am scared of no one, except my wife Hera. She always accuses me of sneaking up on human girlfriends, as if I would.
I am the queens of the gods and goddesses of marriage, women and family. Zeus is my husband. If you treat me well, I will reward you and look after you. But if you do not, then beware. When Prince failed to pick me in the beauty contest, I destroyed the city of Troy.
I am Poseidon and Zeus is my brother. I'm the god of the seas and live in a golden palace under the water. I'm famous for my three-pointed spear called a trident. When I shake it, storms rage and earthquakes shiver the land.
I am Athena, and Zeus is my dad. I am goddess of wisdom and warfare. I am the protector of Athens. I gave them their first olive tree, and they grew rich from selling olive oil. How clever of them. Everyone knows that I'm my dad's favourite child, and he even lets me use his thunderbolts.
I am Apollo and Zeus is my dad. I am the god of music and I am often seen with my mirror, and this is my twin sister Artemis.
Apollo is my twin sister. Apollo is my twin brother, and I'm the goddess of hunting for wild animals. I'm the most popular goddess amongst the humans.
I am Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty. Everyone thinks I'm the most beautiful of all gods. Don't you agree? I wear this golden belt to make men fall in love with me. It's so funny when that happens.
I'm Hermes, messenger of the gods. I'm also responsible for guiding the dead to the underworld, which is ruled by my uncle. I'm known as being the fastest of all gods. I have wings on my helmet and shoes to help me move faster to complete my deliveries. Unlike the modern day delivery companies, I wouldn't leave my deliveries with a neighbour or in a wheelie bin.
I am Hades, brother of Zeus and Poseidon. I am the god of the underworld and do not live with the other gods on Mount Olympus. My job is to make sure that the wicked and evil people are punished. I left my three-headed dog Servius for company.
Come on, guys, can we just get this family portrait done? I've got places to get to and messages to deliver.
I agree. I have to get back to the underworld. I don't like spending too much time up here on Mount Olympus.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, so cheese.
Cheese!
Right, everyone back into the time machine. I'll never realize how much the Greeks did for us and how happy shaped the way we live on our lives today. I don't think my brain is taking more information.
You need a degree or a PhD to take all of that in.
Athens, Parthenon, Delphi, Olympia, Knossos, Acropolis, Corinth, Sparta, Plato, democracy, Paradise.
we had looked at the ancient Greek alphabet at school and spotted similarities and difference between it and our current ones. I explained that we had practiced writing our names and salt messages just like these. Anyway, I asked them to teach me how to say a short phrase, come around. One, two, three.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed your journey